Good afternoon, Boat Club. It is July 8th, I want to say. It's Saturday. We're set up and about to begin the Mike Wood celebration of life. The Rolling Heartbreakers are all set up. I heard their sound check. They sound really, really good. First message today is regarding our live music. I was reminded recently that the Boat Club is still getting away without paying full boats for our amazing entertainment. We're very lucky that way. There's two reasons. One is the bands really like playing here because we are music enthusiasts. The other is for whatever reason, we do have a reputation of being really good tippers because of that enthusiasm. Now, I'm reminded that we have a lot of new members. We're 343 when I checked a couple of days ago. So some of the new members may not be aware of this fact. So just as a reminder, just as a general rule, if you can afford to drop a 20 or a 10 in the tip jar, like on a Friday night or at some of these events, it does make a difference. Because I can tell you, if you hire these guys, it's at a higher rate than when the Boat Club hires these guys, but they are counting, I think, on generous tipping. So that's message number one. Message number two, good news from an update as far as the City De Anza plan goes. I'm going to try to get this correct. We had a win, I want to say on Tuesday night. The ad hoc committee voted against recommending the plan to the City Council 4-2. So 4 against the plan and 2 for the plan. So in the end, it's only one step, but there were several reasons noted for that. I won't go into all of them, but let me just say that the Boat Club is in the list of reasons why it is not recommended, because the Boat Club does not have any sort of safe landing spot if somebody just comes in and signs off on this deal. So that was really good news for the most part. So the other thing that's on my mind, we did just have a record month, June. So June was a world record because of increased membership and because of the entertainment. June is always our biggest month of the year. This was the biggest month, and we're already into July. Yes, last night was prime rib night. We sold out a prime rib early, like 6:15. So I'm sorry for the members that didn't get your prime rib. It's not because of guest. Yeah, we have about a 15 or 20% guest ratio, but the membership is up, and the new members are more active than people who've been members for a long time. So we're busy. So with that said, we are enforcing during the food hours, like Friday night steak night and Sunday brunch, we're going to start enforcing not just the leash rule for dogs, but also no dogs on the patio area and up on the deck. So the primary reason is because we got to be able to get people to the bar so we don't accumulate at those lines, because the biggest complaint are lines. Nobody wants to wait in line. So the only way we can do that is by rearranging that bar on these busy events at Friday night. You'll see that we're moving furniture out, and it's important, even on the outside deck, that people can get to the bar in every open space so we don't accumulate lines. So I apologize if that's inconvenient, but we're going to do that. We're going to publish and post when these timelines are, when we want that in effect. It's likely just for summer, so bear with us on that. We're accommodating growth. The growth is important. We needed the revenue, and it allowed us to pay for the improvements. We're going to start pumping the brakes, it looks like, on the golden ticket, for example. So I don't know if you read the scuttlebutt, but if you haven't given your golden ticket away, you may be running out of time, because it's about time to let things settle Let's let operations do what they got to do to keep up with the most recent growth. Okay, then finally, the last thing I can remember. I know that there was more that I was supposed to tell you guys, but we now finally, the guys who were ghosting me when we had the ATM temporarily removed for this construction, they're out. We got a new ATM, and guess what? The guy who owns the ATM company is now a boat club member. So that's pretty cool. So as far as I know, everything is good. Optimism is high. Uh, there are not too many people mad at me right now. Knock on, knock on wood. And yeah, I think that's it. You guys enjoy your weekend. Come on down for the Mike Wood Celebration of Life. Look, they got major setup. There's going to be chow. There are two bands, not just the Rolling Heartbreakers, but Nigel Cook comes on at 6, I want to say, tonight. And this is open for everyone. It's not necessarily just for this event. If you got guests, please bring them. Mike would have wanted that. He wants all members and all guests to be here celebrating, and that is exactly what we are going to do. We'll see you. And of course, in typical operating fashion, there was something that I forgot. Next weekend is OTL. We have sponsored two teams. We are sponsoring two teams. Turns out that our men's team is a no-show already. We need OTL players. Three guys. I don't know if there. I don't think there's an age deal. We'll probably decide that once we get players. We need three OTL players. If you're interested, please alert Amy so we can make that happen and get you on the schedule and the calendar for that. I am planning to have my boat at a minimum doing shuttles. Not a lot of them. I wouldn't count on it on a ride home, but I'll publish a time to go over. We're going to drive over to set up our booth early on Saturday morning. We'll be back, and then I'll probably bring a boat shuttle around 11 a.m. to lug some people. I could probably put 7 folks on the boat one way over, and if you happen to be around when I'm done and you're available for a ride back in the afternoon, I could probably accommodate that, or send me a text. With that said, if there are other boats, the tides are supposed to be conducive to mid-morning and return trip, I think. So if you're interested in that, let me know. We can coordinate that. We can let people know when, how, if, and all the details of that. And now I think that's the last thing.